Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the hearing and the chance to hear from the witnesses. It's been very illuminating. And what struck me in all the testimony was that there was an agreement that this is really not a task force on executive overreach as much as it is on legislative underreach, because every single one of the witnesses agrees that Congress could, if we decided to, take a hand and correct this imbalance. I heard, legislative torpor, inertia, indifference, quiescence, inability, unwillingness, and delegation. These are all things that Congress is responsible for doing, and we could do. So at the conclusion of this hearing, I'm left with the impression that probably what we should do is get back to work on legislation from the House of Representatives with which the Senate would agree and that the President might sign. We have not taken up the authorization for use of military force. Was a lot of hue and cry about whether President Obama should have the power to take care of this. I'm willing to take that up. The Congress has not been willing to talk about it. We had an immigration reform bill in the Senate in 2013. It got 69 votes. Immigration is one of the areas in which the President's been active and has been criticized for being so active. But we didn't even get a vote on that in the House of Representatives. That was a bipartisan immigration bill. We could have taken that up right here, maybe amended it, but we were prevented from that vote on the House floor. There's a regulatory reform provision that came through the House, has no chance of passing through the President's signature. I get an idea that we could achieve some of the same objectives with the President's cooperation. Tax reform is something in which actually I agree with many of my Republican colleagues on some of the tax policy issues. Chairman Camp, when he was the chairman of Ways and Means, issued a plan to start working on that. Speaker Boehner killed it the next day and said we're not going to talk about it. Really what we have here is, as the witnesses suggested, is a failure of Congress, not something to criticize President Obama about. And sometimes I think it's a little bit like me asking myself, why is my hair not combed? It's because I didn't comb it. We have all the power we need to take care of this. Mr. Capretta said on the issues on entitlement spending or social insurance that we should take those statutes and amend them, and that's something we have the power to do. I think Mr. Pastel said what we needed is more leadership within Congress. Well, I'm ready for that, and I think what we could do is probably rather than having hearings about what Congress isn't doing, we should just get about the business of doing congressional work. And with that, I yield back.